Hi everyone, I'm the Gen Z kid whose grandma suddenly had a stroke and who relied on Escape from Tarkov to help treat her and became the main breadwinner for the family. In this episode, I'm going to answer all your questions. Don't worry, I'll be completely honest with my answers. First of all, why did I still spend money on skins when my grandma had a stroke and we were in debt? To start with, over 99% of my skins were actually obtained before my grandma suddenly had her stroke. Secondly, I used to be pretty restrained, but when I did spend, I'd often buy several 648 yuan packs at once, so I usually had a lot left over. So for new knife skins, I always use my leftover credits to draw for them. I have a bunch of accounts with dozens of knife skins in total. Usually when a new knife comes out, I'll draw for 2 or 3 of them. Some friends who haven't experienced the thrill of drawing for skins will use my account to try it out, and I'm happy to share that fun with them. But after what happened on August 7th, that pretty much stopped. Let me show you part of the record. I'm always happy to provide this kind of happiness for others, as long as it's within my ability. Let me show you my credit transaction history. It looks like I haven't topped up since then. As for us creators, we actually have a credit incentive program. There's a reason for the change here. Just now, the system changed, so the incentives we get, if you look at the usage records, they're all leftover credits, not ones I've purchased myself. There used to be a lot of public incentive events, so everyone knew about those, but this one needs to be kept confidential, so I won't say too much about it. For the next questions, please allow me to answer using the game as the main focus, interspersed with evidence. This is round 161 of my solo challenge, aiming for 100 million from 3 million in 2 enhanced mode rounds. This bot match works for our explanation. Second, my situation. Grandpa is blind in his left eye and hard of hearing, but healthy. Mom has hyperthyroidism, which is under control. She earns 3,800 yuan monthly. My dad hasn't had a steady job for years and cares for my grandma full time. Mom had surgery in 2024 and is now in good health. I've emphasized my request for help many times. I don't accept donations and won't contact you directly. I also have no assistance. To support me, just watch my videos if you have time. The views help me earn from content incentives. Right now, I'm getting by, but if I ever struggle, I won't be shy about it. I don't care if people call me greedy. I might be old-fashioned, but I won't let pride cause unnecessary losses. So don't worry everyone, if I don't accept anything, it truly means I don't need it. So if you want to help me, just watch more of my videos. Now about my grandma's situation. First, let me emphasize again, there's no need to donate. Really, you don't need to donate. Thank you all for your support. This was filmed on August 9th, and this one was shot a few days ago. You could say this is her current situation. From what I can see right now, it's not too bad. There's nothing else needed, and there's really no need to post anything more. Grandma values her image, so here are some happier moments. When she could still talk, she'd ask how many days had passed and remind us to water the vegetables. She'd say, "It's been days, don't forget the water." We'd never let her worry about that. She asked about the chickens and dog for days until she felt at ease. Then she complained my grandpa wasn't nice, saying she couldn't get up and wasn't skipping chores on purpose, but he got mad and pushed her. Actually, he was just anxious to help and dropped her on the bed because he couldn't lift her. She thought he threw her on the floor since her perception was off. My grandma was incredibly strong. She didn't want anyone to see her like that, so she started coordinating stories with us, saying that her grandson was doing well now and was taking her on a trip. She didn't mention anything else, which is why she wasn't back in her hometown. We're usually pretty frugal. She kept wanting to go home, worried about the cost. I told her straight up, don't worry about it. Honestly, the hardest part wasn't the savings. It was that she had a stroke and hip necrosis, and her recovery was incredibly painful. Now one side of her body is immobile, and rehab movements affect her hip, making her extremely uncomfortable. She's very proactive, but it's just way too painful. I won't get into all the little details for now. After the meeting and once we get the results, I'll go to a few more hospitals. Going forward, I'll definitely make sure the video quality stays high. I don't want everyone to get bored watching, so I'll do my best to keep you all satisfied. If there's anything you want to see, just let me know. I'll pick content based on what you all like. Next, I'll be making some beginner tutorials and also aiming for the highest record in trading runs. If you want to see daily life stuff or hear some stories, that's totally fine too. And if you ever need it, remember, only if you need it, you can check out my advanced tutorials. They're hands-on guides that teach you step-by-step how to get into the Tangren Bureau, and I guarantee the quality. We've been updating them consistently for 2 years now. All those crazy stats and the various world records I've challenged were achieved using the Tangren Bureau. Even if you try it yourself, you can pull it off, maybe even do better than me, since my skills aren't actually that great. Just think about it. Even as a beginner, I was able to get to this level. If you give it a try, it's totally normal for you to do even better than me. You don't need to put in a ton of effort grinding your skills, you can still dramatically improve your gaming experience. Next, I'm planning to launch 2 new versions. One will be a no player zone in the safe area, so everyone can just enjoy and rack up wins. The other one is a no player zone in the lockdown area. So while everyone's having fun, you can also do merchant runs with a 100% extraction rate. There's also another version I'm considering, which would cover all the essential tips and tricks that beginners need to know. Stuff you might only learn after playing for a year or more, or maybe never even find out, including all those lesser known facts. Why am I still considering it? Because it covers so many topics, it would take a lot of time and effort to put together. So my plan is to first work on the initial 2 versions. Quality takes time to refine, and no matter how urgent things get, I don't want to ruin my own reputation. I still want to make sure I can guarantee the quality. As for the last question, why don't I release accounts? Well, first off, the rate of account releases is pretty low right now. Plus, if I play and then release accounts, the efficiency is just way too low. There's really no need for that. And about the creator account, honestly, this illness is probably only about 1/3 of the way through the early stage. There's still a long way to go. If it gets as bad as Auntie's situation, what am I supposed to do then? If you're sick, why play games? Shouldn't you find a job? Actually, this is my job. It's what I'm good at and have experience in. That's the situation, and I really appreciate the concern. And finally, please remember, I absolutely will not ask for anything from anyone. I'm really not at that point yet. If any of you are truly interested, you can check out and consider my advanced tutorials. If you have time, just watch more of my videos. If they're not your style, you can let me know what you like to watch, and I'll do my best to update accordingly. Some people have said it's fake, and honestly, I can understand that. But please, let's not attack each other. There have just been too many twists and turns. For bystanders, if it's fake, it's just another piece of gossip. But for me, I genuinely wish it were fake. I just want a quiet life, being myself. I have over 3 million fans across platforms. I've been a creator since 2016 with no scandals or drama. I don't chase trends, I only post clarifications. I've always kept to myself and avoided conflict. And of course, I hope it stays that way in the future. For me, just living simply, doing what I love and achieving the things I care about is more than enough. Over these years as a content creator, there have been quite a few stories and rumors. If you're interested in hearing about them, I can share some with you. If you stick around till the end and really need it, you can check out the advanced tutorials. Of course, just watching the video is already awesome. Thank you all so much for your support. I'm Hunter, and there will be even more high quality, in-depth tutorials coming in the future. See you next time. Bye!